Star Wars: The Last Jedi is packed with Easter eggs, cameos, and references to all kinds of things from that galaxy far, far away. Here's everything we found, but of course, beware of spoilers. When Rey hands Luke his lightsaber, if you look closely at the back of his mechanical hand, it still has the same burn scar from when it was shot by a blaster bolt during the fight above the Sarlacc pit at the beginning of Return of the Jedi. At one point, Luke mentions Darth Sidious, the only time he's ever referred to Emperor Palpatine by that name, and a subtle bit of connective tissue to the prequels. The Battle of Crait bears a lot of resemblance to the Battle of Hoth from Empire Strikes Back. There are bad guys using walkers to assault a base on a planet with a white surface, as the good guys use speeders to hold them off while everyone escapes. The dissolves between Kylo and Leia as they share a mental connection during the First Order's retaliatory attack early in the film are the same as when Luke and Vader share a connection at the end of The Empire Strikes Back. R2-D2's Leia message from A New Hope is hardly hidden, but it's obviously a callback and a clever way to entice Luke back into the fight against the First Order. After all, it worked the first time. We see Leia dressed in white with her head covered and firing her blaster on Poe in stun mode, which is reminiscent of her firing on the stormtroopers and them stunning her in A New Hope.
She'll be all right.
In another callback to that movie, during Luke's Force illusion, he says he'll become more powerful if Kylo Ren strikes him down, calling back to what Obi-Wan Kenobi told Darth Vader during their duel.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Han Solo's golden dice were originally seen in A New Hope, if you look super close in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. Even though you can't see them at all in The Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, we're assuming they were still there because they were back in The Force Awakens. Originally, they were real dice painted gold, but for The Last Jedi, they were redesigned to look more Star Wars-y, with symbols similar to those seen in use on Canto Bight. During Luke's final moments, he sees two setting suns, a direct visual callback to the binary sunset on Tatooine where his journey first began. Also, the Force-sensitive kid at the end looks up at the stars the same way Luke looked off into that sunset, wistfully imagining a life full of adventure beyond his meager beginnings. The entire Snoke throne room confrontation has numerous similarities to the Palpatine showdown at the end of Return of the Jedi. Rey's put in handcuffs just like Luke was. Snoke's Praetorian Guard are dressed in bright red, not unlike Palpatine's Royal Guard. Snoke has Rey look out the window as the Resistance fleet is being attacked, just as Palpatine has Luke watch the Rebel fleet get attacked. Snoke puts Rey's lightsaber on the arm of his chair, just like the Emperor did with Luke's. Rey tries to force grab it back, just like Luke did. Of course, neither of these attempts at an attack were successful. And finally, Kylo betrays his master to save Rey, just like Vader killed the Emperor to save his son. Luke drinks green milk from a mammalian creature, a nod to the blue milk he drank at dinner with his aunt and uncle in A New Hope.
I don't think he exists anymore.
Now let's dive into all the cameos. Gareth Edwards, the director of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, makes a cameo during the Battle of Crait as the Resistance fighter next to the guy who notices the surface is covered in salt. While talking to IGN Japan, director Rian Johnson revealed that director Edgar Wright and writer Joe Cornish make cameos in the film, although we're not sure who they played. An alien based on Carrie Fisher's dog Gary appears in the movie as the pet of a larger alien in the Canto Bight casino. Lead actor of The Leftovers, Justin Theroux, appears as the master codebreaker that Maz Kanata instructs Poe, Finn, and Rose to seek out for help. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the star of Johnson's Brick and Looper, is listed in the credits as the voice of a character named Slow and Low, yet another Star Wars character in this new trilogy named after a Beastie Boys song. That name is a play on Slow and Low, joining the ranks of Ello Asti, riffing on Hello Nasty, and Ilko Munica on Ill Communication. In the scene where Finn and Rose are captured by the First Order, there are a few notable people who cameo as stormtroopers. Reports say that actor Tom Hardy and English singer Gary Barlow are among them. Actor John Boyega revealed that British Princes William and Harry also filmed stormtrooper cameos, but that they didn't make the final cut of the film. That is all the cool stuff we found in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Let us know what you spotted in the comments. For more on The Last Jedi, check out our review of the movie, as well as our video explaining the ending. And be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.